Welcome to our guide on maximizing home equity for new homeowners. In this video, we will walk through practical, ROI-focused strategies so every decision contributes to long-term financial outcomes. We will start with an overview of why resale value matters, then move into maintenance, financing tactics, protection funds, and a long-term plan to pivot into your next investment. Finally, we will test your understanding with short quizzes and close with key takeaways. Let's begin. Here's the agenda. First, we'll establish an ROI-first mindset. Next, we'll compare maintenance with cosmetic upgrades. Then, we'll explore refinancing and biweekly payments. After that, we'll discuss building financial protection with emergency and repair funds. Subsequently, we'll map the 3 to 5 year pivot into selling or renting. Finally, we'll reinforce learning through quick quizzes. Before we proceed, please note that this video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial, tax, or legal advice. Your situation is unique, and you should consult licensed professionals before making decisions. With that said, let's transition into the ROI mindset. If your home is not a forever home, you should treat every choice as an investment. Neutral, timeless finishes combined with consistent maintenance help sell faster and for a higher price. Conversely, deferred maintenance and overly customized improvements reduce your buyer pool and your profit. Next, let's break down maintenance versus cosmetic upgrades. Maintenance outranks luxury when the goal is maximizing resale value. Start by prioritizing critical systems: roof, HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. Establish a recurring schedule for inspections and minor repairs, such as quarterly filter changes and annual roof checks. Choose neutral, timeless finishes like whites, beiges, and light grays to maximize buyer appeal. Avoid highly customized fixtures and bold paint colors unless you plan to remain long-term. Finally, document all upgrades with dates, vendors, and receipts, as this supports appraisal values and buyer confidence. Up next, let's translate strategy into concrete steps. Start by creating an inventory of your home's systems, including the roof age, HVAC model and age, water heater, plumbing, and electrical. Next, establish a schedule for routine maintenance. For example, change filters monthly or quarterly, schedule HVAC servicing twice per year, and plan a roof inspection annually. Track everything in a shared app or spreadsheet and set reminders. Consolidate small fixes each month to prevent small issues from becoming expensive failures. For safety-critical tasks, hire licensed professionals and only attempt DIY work within your capabilities. Now, let's turn to financing strategies that amplify equity. Monitor mortgage rates to identify refinancing opportunities, especially when the new rate is at least 1 percentage point lower than your current rate, which can justify closing costs. Implement a biweekly payment plan to make 26 half payments per year, equating to 13 full payments instead of 12. This reduces total interest and shortens the loan term. Automate payments to ensure discipline and avoid late fees. Direct windfalls such as tax refunds, bonuses, or side income toward principal reduction to accelerate equity growth. Next, we'll quantify the impact with a quick example. Here is a simplified illustration. On a $350,000 loan at 6.5% over 30 years, the approximate monthly principal and interest might be about $2,212. A biweekly plan would split that into about $1,106 every 2 weeks. Over a year, that structure effectively creates roughly 1 extra full payment, which can save approximately 3 to 5 years on the loan, depending on your lender's amortization method and when payments are applied. These are approximations. Always check your lender's exact calculations. Next, let's protect your progress with strong reserves. To protect your equity, maintain an emergency reserve with at least 6 months of living expenses, including your mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and essential utilities. Separately, keep a dedicated repair fund for routine fixes and inevitable failures like a water heater or appliance replacement. Avoid financing repairs with consumer debt because high interest charges will undermine your equity gains. Replenish any used reserves promptly and review your targets each quarter. With your defenses set, let's look at the long-term path to harvest your equity. This mind map organizes equity growth into 5 pillars. Maintenance covers roof, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, and documentation of work performed. Design choices emphasize neutral palettes, timeless fixtures, and quality staging to broaden buyer appeal. Financing focuses on refinancing when the new rate is at least 1% lower, biweekly payments, and applying extra principal. Protection involves building an emergency fund of at least 6 months and maintaining a dedicated repair fund. Finally, the exit strategy includes holding the property for 3 to 5 years, preparing it for sale, or converting it to a rental. Together, these branches reinforce each other to maximize equity. Most homeowners should plan to stay in the property for at least 3 to 5 years to build sufficient equity to cover selling costs and still realize profit. During this period, maintain systems, complete minor refreshes, and review the market annually. Around year 3, reassess refinancing and compare local sales to update your exit plan. By year 4 or 5, complete pre-list repairs, declutter, and prepare for staging. At that point, you can sell to capture equity or convert the home into a rental, using the built equity as seed capital for your next asset. Now let's compare design choices that impact resale results. On the left, neutral palettes and timeless finishes provide broad buyer appeal, often leading to faster sales, better staging outcomes, and fewer price reductions. On the right, highly customized finishes limit the buyer pool, increase time on market, and may require replacement or repainting prior to sale, reducing overall return on investment. Therefore, neutral and timeless selections typically create the most efficient resale path. Next, let's check your understanding with a quick quiz on refinancing. Quiz time. The question is, when does refinancing typically make financial sense for homeowners focused on ROI? Option A, any time rates drop at all. Option B, when the new rate is about 1% lower than your current rate after factoring closing costs. Option C, only if you can reduce the term to 15 years. Option D, never refinancing doesn't help. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. A rate drop of roughly 1% after considering closing costs often produces meaningful savings and a reasonable break-even period. Smaller drops may not justify the refinance. Now, let's move to a question about biweekly payments. Next question. How do biweekly mortgage payments reduce your total interest over time? Option A, they do not. They only change the payment date. Option B, they create 13 full payments per year without drastically changing monthly cash flow. Option C, they double your payments and finish in half the time. Option D, they only help on adjustable rate mortgages. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. 26 half payments equal 13 full payments per year, which reduces principal faster and thereby reduces total interest paid, shortening the loan term. Next, we'll present a quick markdown checklist of immediate actions. Here is a markdown-style checklist of immediate actions. Under immediate moves, set up biweekly payments, build an emergency reserve of at least 6 months, and create a repair slush fund with automated transfers. Schedule HVAC service and a roof inspection, repaint bold walls in neutral tones, and create a maintenance tracker in a spreadsheet or app. Under nice-to-haves, improve curb appeal with light landscaping, upgrade to LED lighting, and consider minor kitchen and bathroom refreshes using timeless fixtures. Coming up next, we will visualize the decision process from purchase to exit. This flowchart begins with the home purchase and immediately branches into 3 streams: setting a maintenance plan, funding emergency and repair reserves, and optimizing financing. Maintenance leads to neutral updates and appraisal support. Financing leads to biweekly payments and periodic refinance checks when rates drop by at least 1%. All paths converge into equity growth, followed by yearly market checks. Depending on conditions, the strategy then moves toward preparing to sell within 3 to 5 years or converting to a rental. Now let's capture the biggest takeaways. Here are the key takeaways. First, treat every decision as an investment, prioritizing maintenance over luxury. Second, consider refinancing when the new rate is about 1% lower after accounting for closing costs. Third, use biweekly payments to create 13 full payments per year and reduce total interest. Fourth, build strong reserves with at least 6 months of expenses and a separate repair fund. Fifth, plan for a 3 to 5 year hold before selling or converting the home into a rental. In summary, an ROI-first approach supports a faster sale and higher price. Neutral, timeless finishes broaden your buyer pool. Strategic financing tactics accelerate principal reduction. Emergency and repair funds protect the equity you are building. Finally, a 3 to 5 year plan positions you to sell or convert to a rental as your next investment step. As we wrap up, let's end with a call to action. Thank you for watching. If this video helped you, please like it, share it with a friend who just bought a home, and subscribe for more smart homeowner strategies. In the comments, tell us your top equity building move this year and what you want us to break down next.